Hi there. So today I thought we'd do a little tour of my sketchbooks because it's that time of year again when you can get out more, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, and do some urban sketching. And I started using these little sketchbooks by Stillman and Birn last August when we moved back to Toronto as a way of just getting to know my neighborhood, and they're a nice size that if I wasn't bringing a big bag of art supplies, I could easily pop that into a small purse or even a pocket. So I've been working my way through them. So you can see from August till April, just now. Of course, the winter months didn't have as much going on, but I still managed to do some urban sketching. So I'm not promoting this brand, but this is what I've been using, and I've been working my way through the different types, and my cat will not stop coming into this. So I started off with the Epsilon Series. So that is a 150 GSM smooth white. They do have different colors as well, and toned sketchbooks. And then I felt that was just maybe a little too thin of paper for watercolor. It wasn't bad. And I put clips on them when I'm finished with them. So there's some little bit of buckling, but not too bad. But then I moved on to the Beta, which is 270 GSM, and that's white cold press. So that's the blue ones. And most recently I am trying out the Zeta, also 270 GSM, but it's smooth. So it's more like a hot press watercolor paper. So here we go. Now these are just really quick sketches. I don't spend a lot of time doing them. I'll do them while out and about. There's a few that I did in my studio, but other than that. So this is the first one. I live near an area called Corktown, which is a new neighborhood. I also live near the Distillery District, and so I've been recording some of these. Corktown again. Just sitting outside of Dark Horse Cafe one day. And then more of, I live near St. Lawrence Market, which is a big farmer's market, and goods from all over. And this Front Street. I think I was sitting at a local cafe then too. And it's just little memories. I always record where I was and what day. And this, I guess I couldn't get out, so that's my desk. And Balzac's Cafe near the market. Distillery District again. Distillery District is an old, as the name suggests, distillery. Used to make whiskey, and now it's full of restaurants and things like that. This was going out to the west end of Toronto, known as the Junction area. And then these are from Sugar Beach, which is near the sugar processing plant. They've made a man-made beach there. It's right by Lake Ontario. And then more cafe, distillery, Distillery District. I spent a lot of time in Distillery District because it's only 5 minutes away, and they have really good Wi-Fi, so I did a lot of work around there last summer. The St. James Park, which is also nearby. And then we went to Prince Edward County once, but back into the neighborhood. One of my favorite coffee places, Black Canary. I just loved the way this woman was coordinated with her outfit. More of St. Lawrence Market. So many condos, new condos in the area, juxtaposed with older buildings. Back of someone working at Starbucks. More of the old shops in the neighborhood. This is a really nice cafe and cocktail bar. And that's nearby. That didn't come out very well. Another good coffee place in the neighborhood called Neo. Again, back of somebody's head while I'm having coffee. This is Bersey Park, and there's a dog fountain here, so a bunch of dogs and one cat sculptures around the fountain. Nice place to hang out in the summertime. More old buildings in the neighborhood. More backs of people. Because that way they don't know that you're sketching them. St. Lawrence Hall. Some rather bolder colors, bolder lines. Sometimes I just do pencil and watercolor. Other times I add ink. That's Sugar Beach right there. They have these beautiful willow trees. This is a cafe in Kensington Market, a really eclectic kind of area of the city with lots of food places still, although it is changing. St. James Cathedral nearby. This is in the Yorkville area. Fellow, I think he's looking at his phone. Bottle shop in the neighborhood, now called something else. This is nearby. This is an old school in the neighborhood, and that's the church near it. Great local diner. There's two old diners in the neighborhood that are really great. In the summertime, this amateur orchestra practices in the park right across the street from us. I love this Art Deco building nearby. This is a fellow who was playing guitar along with another woman who was playing guitar with him. And she's just popped back inside. Somebody with their pup. More buildings. Inside the market, fish stand. This is an old factory that's been turned into a stage company. More from Distillery District and Grange Park, near where I used to work at the AGO. More people out and about, sitting at cafe tables. This is a new building at Young and Bloor. This is inside Italy at Bay and Bloor. And there's that orchestra again. I can't wait until they come back. And that's the orchestra leader. He plays for the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. More buildings in the area, parks. John Fluvog's Shoes has a shop in the Distillery District. And more from there. And then the final one is another shop in the Distillery District. So that's the end of the first one. Moving on. These are buildings that are on Lombard Street. And this is St. James Park again. That's that furry thing. It's just a portrait of a fella at a cafe. Another old building neighborhood. This fella, I just loved his pink cardigan. This is Grange Park, again near the AGO. A woman doing her, look like schoolwork outside of Starbucks. St. James Fountain with some pigeons. Pup that I didn't get to really capture very well. St. James again. King Street. Just love the color of this. It's a muffler service. And these are old shop fronts in King Street, and now backed by a brand new glass building for Google. And this is the TD Center. Let me try to keep Zoe out of that. Mies van der Rohe designed building. So this is the financial district in Toronto. And then Joe Fafard's sculptures. These are life-size cow bronzes. And then I have to go to, well, actually I have to go today to DFib clinic at Toronto General Hospital. And these were just some patients who were also waiting. And this is outside, or across the street from the hospital. This was a pup just outside with its owner. And this is outside the hospital as well. And this is the, what used to be the fashion district. It's a little less so now. This is at Spadina in Richmond. But they have this sculpture that harkens back to the origins of this neighborhood. So that's Big Thimble. And then King Street has some really nice patios that jut out into the road. And there's CN Tower just kind of peeking out from there. It's a woman having her lunch in the financial district. More from same area. Another figure's back. This is nearby where I live too. Beautiful building. Inside Dark Horse. And this is a really beautiful, that new, newish neighborhood, Corktown, has a beautiful park that has ponds, a beautiful pond nearby. More people at Starbucks. Back to Yorkville. Back to the financial district. Bank of Nova Scotia's building. And this is nearby, that Canadian Stage Company and Berkeley Castle. The Royal Alex Theatre on King Street. And the Commodore Building on Adelaide West. And then I took a trip to the Toronto Islands and did a quick sketch because it was pouring rain. I was sitting with an umbrella over me. So that's the view from the island to Toronto. Fellow in the financial district. This neat light that comes in the afternoon just sort of shone onto this tree. And then back to the Corktown district, this kind of interesting white and black building there. So that's that one. And so we move into the fall, a little bit more into the fall, but we still had really good weather. So this is Corktown, some patios there. This was around, this is the Salter Street Brewery. In November we had a beautiful, I think it was a Sunday, and got to sit and drink beer on their patio. This is the beaches near Woodbine, and I grew up not too far away from here. And then back to around St. James. Another, I don't know, sometimes my men look like Unabomber for some reason. This is the Ontario College of Art and Design Norman Foster building. And this building is one of the art supply places I go to, called Above Ground. And then someone sitting in St. James Park with the color of the trees coming out. Another great cafe not too far away, Deneen. This is Union Station, which just got a major renovation. There's still work being done, but it's quite nice now. Now that I don't need to use it as much, I used to take a commuter train from Hamilton to Toronto, and we lived there for a few years. But I've always liked the old part. And this is Brookfield Place, has one of the old banks. Bank buildings are kind of encapsulated in this newish atrium. Newish, I think it was like 1990s. That one was just, I did not go to Paris. I just sketched a photo from one of my trips. It's a dog park that I didn't get finished. It's a boat down by Lake Ontario at the harbor front. Canada Malt Company factory. This is a workman having his lunch down at the harbor front. I didn't quite get to finish this lady. A little bit more colored pencil creeping in here. And then more of Sugar Beach. So we're into winter now, but there are still some really good days. This Distillery District parking lot, and I was there because they had a bench in the sun. This is out in the West End near Humber Bay Park. That's more from the park itself. And this is Promenade Park, even further in the West End. And then we're back to the beaches that I grew up near. And then back to Yorkville Park. More in Yorkville. And in February I was in the hospital for a few days. So that was just sink. There really wasn't much that I could sketch in there. That was my room that had so many posters, I guess, or warnings and what have you on the wall. That was just me sitting sketching school kids from the cafe. Another, seeing if this was a brush pen that I used. That one didn't come out very well. Quick colored pencil sketches. It's King Street, St. Lawrence Hall again, and streetcar. This is St. James Park. again. That was March 17th. And it was warm enough to sit out and sketch. This is nearby on Adelaide Street East. And this is from Corktown Common, sitting by one of the trails. And then here is the atrium part of where I said that bank building was. So it's called Brookfield Place now. And I left this page blank, and to fill up this sketchbook, I did these two little gouache, pencil crayon and crayon, I believe, little sketches. This is overlooking from a supermarket and cafe overlooking Sugar Beach. And then I went to Allen Gardens, has a really nice greenhouse. So I went in there one day. And that's the outside of the greenhouse. And this is inside another one of my favorite cafes called Rooster. And this was, I went on the Toronto Urban Sketching meetup recently. This was April 16th, and this is Vic College at U of T. I had a few classes in that building. It's a beautiful old building. And that's that for that one. So I just started using the, oh, wrong one. This Zeta series, but much the same, except it has smooth paper and thicker smooth paper. And this is Spadina and Queen. There's all these streetcar cables. And then this is Evergreen Brickworks. And the name gives it away. It used to be a Brickworks, but now it's been turned into event spaces. There's a market, there's a cafe, there are trails around. And then just a little bit more from there. And that's it. I'm just getting into this one. I'm going to take it with me now as I go from my appointment at the hospital. And so that's just a little quick tour of those sketchbooks. They are 5.5 by 3.5 inches. The Zeta series one is 26 sheets or 52 pages. And I can't remember if the lighter weight paper had more pages or not. I don't think so. I think they're about the same. So that's a little stack that I'm keeping going on. And I will probably do another one of these little sketchbook tours further into the season. So everyone get out there, do some urban sketching, even if it's quick ones in little tiny books. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a really nice memory of your year, your summer, whatever, any trips that you go on. That's what I like, is looking back on it. And this was kind of my love letter back to my hometown in Toronto and getting to know it once again. So I hope you enjoyed that, and follow me at Eileen Riley Arts on Instagram, and you'll see some more from the sketchbooks and some of my other work. All right, talk soon. Bye.